And welcome to week 4 of a Year of Wisdom. Let's get started. Day 22. Job 31. I have made a covenant with my eyes. How then can I look at a virgin? And what is the portion of God from above, or the inheritance of the Almighty from on high? Is it not disaster to the criminal and misfortune to those who practice injustice? Does he not see my ways and count all my steps? If I have walked with deception and my foot has hurried after deceit, let him weigh me with accurate scales. And let God know my integrity. If my step has turned from the way, or my heart followed my eyes, or if any spot has stuck to my hands, let me sow and another eat, and let my crops be uprooted. If my heart has been enticed by a woman, or I have lurked at my neighbor's doorway, may my wife grind grain for another, and let others kneel down over her. For that would be a lustful crime. Moreover, it would be wrongdoing, punishable by judges. For it would be fire that consumes to abandon, and would uproot all my increase. If I have rejected the claim of my male or female slaves, when they filed a complaint against me, what then could I do when God arises? And when he calls me to account, how am I to answer him? Did he who made me in the womb not make him, and the same one create us in the womb? If I have kept the poor from their desire, or have caused the eyes of the widow to fail, or have eaten my morsel alone, and the orphan has not shared it, but from my youth he grew up with me as with a father, and from my infancy I guided her. If I've seen anyone perish for lack of clothing, or that the needy have no covering, if his waist has not thanked me, and if he has not been warmed with the fleece of my sheep, if I have lifted up my hand against the orphan because I saw I had support in the gate, may my shoulder fall from its socket, and my arm be broken off at the elbow. For disaster from God is a terror to me, and because of his majesty I can do nothing. If I have put my confidence in gold and called fine gold my trust, if I have gloated because my wealth was great and because my hand had obtained so much, if I have looked at the sun when it shone, or the moon going in splendor, and my heart was secretly enticed, and my hand threw a kiss from my mouth, that too would have been a guilty deed calling for judgment. For I would have denied God above. Have I rejected at the misfortune of my enemy, or become excited when evil found him? No, I have not allowed my mouth to sin by asking for his life in a curse. Have the people of my tent not said, who can find one who has not been satisfied with his meat? The stranger has not spent the night outside, for I have opened my doors to the traveler. Have I covered my wrongdoings like a man, by hiding my guilt in my shirt pocket? Because I feared the great multitude, and the contempt of families terrified me, and I kept silent and did not go out of doors? Oh, that I had one to hear me. Here is my signature. Let the Almighty answer me. And the indictment which my adversary has written, I would certainly carry it on my shoulder. I would tie it to myself like a garland. I would declare to him the number of my steps. Like a prince, I would approach him. If my land cries out against me, and its furrows weep together, if I have eaten its fruit without money, or have caused its owners to lose their lives, may the thorn bush grow instead of wheat, and stinkweed instead of barley. The words of Job are ended. Proverbs 22. A good name is to be more desired than great wealth. Favor is better than silver and gold. The rich and the poor have a common bond. The Lord is the maker of them all. A prudent person sees evil and hides himself, but the naive proceed and pay the penalty. The reward of humility and the fear of the Lord are riches, honor, and life. Thorns and snares are in the way of the perverse. One who guards himself will be far from them. Train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he grows older, he will not abandon it. The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower becomes the lender's slave. One who sows injustice will reap disaster, and the rod of his fury will perish. One who is generous will be blessed, because he gives some of his food to the poor. Drive out the scoffer, and strife will leave. Even quarreling and dishonor will cease. One who loves purity of heart and whose speech is gracious, the king is his friend. The eyes of the Lord protect knowledge, but he overthrows the words of the treacherous person. The lazy one says, "There is a lion outside. I will be killed in the streets." The mouth of an adulteress is a deep pit. He who is cursed of the Lord will fall into it. Foolishness is bound up in the heart of a child. The rod of discipline will remove it far from him. One who oppresses the poor to make more for himself or gives to the rich will only come to poverty. Extend your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply your mind to my knowledge. For it will be pleasant if you keep them within you, so that they may be ready on your lips. So that your trust may be in the Lord. I have taught you today, you indeed. Have I not written to you excellent things of counsels and knowledge, to make you know the certainty of the words of truth, so that you may correctly answer him who sent you? Do not rob the poor because he's poor, nor crush the needy at the gate. For the Lord will plead their case and take the life of those who rob them. Do not make friends with a person given to anger, or go with a hot-tempered person, or you will learn his ways and find a snare for yourself. Do not be among those who shake hands, among those who become guarantors for debts. If you have nothing with which to repay, why should he take your bed from under you? Do not move the ancient boundary which your fathers have set. Do you see a person skilled in his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before obscure people. And as always, thank you for being here, and click that subscribe button and click the bell. And don't forget to hit the like button as well. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next reading.
When my
Blessings.
head's completely full and my heart is worry-worn, I know without a doubt you'll carry me out of the storm. I'm standing at the crossroads, I'm lost without a clue. I need a big pink neon sign to show me what to do. I thank you, Lord, it glorifies you when you're the only answer. I praise you, Lord, for holding what's too much for me. And I'm amazed by you, Lord, because nothing's too big and nothing's too small to lay at your feet. I want to thank you, Lord, for believing in me.